Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Dude, you got dogs chewing people up and shit.
Yeah, oh, listen, it's bad.
You scared the hell out of me.
I met some bitch, like he wouldn't stop, and then he took off, and then he, like, cut in front of me. He cut in front of me. I was like, oh, shit, I thought I was going to smash him. And then he turned in the driveway and tried to take off and run.
Get out.
I was like, God, you know, like, Bo was trying to pass him to go to that call, and he was like, he won't let Bo pass. Like, he was leaving over, and I was like, what, like, he put on lights and shit, like, he just wouldn't let us pass.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. It's the worst one I've seen. He's got him in the armpit area, and like teeth went on top of his shoulder, and then like his bottom, I think his bottom canine went in the armpit, and like just ripped it. Like there's a hole, like you can see almost into his chest.
You better take him for a steak when you're done.
Oh man!
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him something here.
You better give him something.
Man, it was bad. I knew it was bad when I could see like meat on the outside of his shirt. I was like, oh, that's gonna be bad.
I was giggling. Did you hear me? I think I giggled on the radio.
Yes. You're like, okay.
Terrible, terrible.
Yeah. I bet you.
EMS does to you.
Yeah, he won't run no more, I bet.
No, he won't be able to. Well, I guess he didn't get his legs.
No, he never gets legs.
No. Oh, goodness, how funny.
Yeah, so I'm going to come up here. I'm just going up here to take pictures, and then I'm sure she said they're going to probably leave overnight.
Okay.
And then I'll give you a shout when I'm heading back out of here.
Yep, let me know.
Taxpayers held liable after video showed cops make canine eat handcuffed man. After police sicked their canine on a nonviolent man, who was not resisting, and actually handcuffed, they were found justified as the taxpayers shell out $250,000. By Matt Agarist, January 22, 2018. Beaver County resident, James Sicko has just settled a lawsuit against the Beaver Police Department claiming officers used excessive force. The incident was captured on dashcam and shows a graphic takedown of a non-threatening man who was brutally assaulted by police for no reason. Part of the attack happened after he was placed in handcuffs as well. Now the taxpayers will be held accountable, not the cops who did it. As the Beaver County reports, federal court dockets show U.S. District Court Judge Mark Hornick closed the case brought by James Edward Sicko against Beaver Borough on Thursday after parties reached a settlement agreement with the assistance of federal mediators. An investigation by the Pennsylvania State Police claimed cops did nothing wrong when they unleashed the canine on the handcuffed man. Sicko told his lawyers he has been harassed by police in the past, so when Beaver Police Officer Jeffrey Wijen attempted to pull over Sicko for a traffic violation in August of 2016, the man decided the best place to pull over would be at his home. Sicko's lawyer, Geraldo Benayo, told reporters it only took 13 seconds to pull over, and that his client was being compliant for the entire duration of the traffic stop, which took a violent turn for the worst. Wijen can be seen in the dashcam footage approaching Sicko's car. Advertisement. The video does depict Mr. Sicko getting out of his vehicle with both hands palms out and raised, and then he only retreats into his vehicle as officer releases the canine, Benayo explained. He opened up Sicko's car door and then began to attempt to extricate the man from his small SUV. However, we consulted with a close-quarters hand-to-hand combat expert who concluded Wijen tactics were not standard procedure. The officer can be seen placing Sicko in a painful wrist lock which has the potential to break the man's wrist. The patrolman then began cranking his arm behind his back, another move intended to either break the man's arm or dislocate his shoulder. According to our expert, at no time did the officer attempt to unbuckle Sicko's seat belt and drag him out of the car. It appears Sicko unbuckled his own seat belt, at which time the officer then flung him to the ground. Instead of placing the man in handcuffs, he went back to his vehicle and released his attack dog, a German Shepherd. As Sicko sees the dog approaching, he jumped back into his car and shut the door, as anyone afraid of police attack dogs may do. Once again, Officer Wijen opened the car door, this time aided by his dog, who began to viciously attack him, biting him under the arm, in the armpit, exposing gaping wounds. He bit his back as well. As the Beaver County reported in 2016, at the time of the incident, before the dashcam video was released, witnesses to the attack reported that the officers forced the dog to eat Sicko during the confrontation after he was placed in handcuffs. In the video below, that is exactly what happens. Wijen claimed he saw Sicko reaching for what he thought was a taser. However, that was not seen in the video, nor was he in possession of a taser. The small-town police officer, who some are now calling a bully, then charged Sicko with multiple charges including fleeing and eluding and driving without a license. Sicko fought the charges and his case was brought to trial. None of the charges held and the entire attack was over a suspended license. This entire incident resulted over an aggressive police officer who was upset because on the way to non-emergency call Mr. Sicko didn't get out of way fast enough, Benayo said. The lawyer said his client's fears of police brutality turned out to be pretty accurate with having the fear. According to the Beaver County, terms of a settlement agreement ending Sicko's federal lawsuit were not disclosed in court filings, but a source in Beaver Borough familiar with its provisions said the town's insurance carrier paid out approximately $250,000 to end the litigation. After obtaining the dashcam footage, the Beaver County also obtained audio of the officer's call. In the audio, the cop is heard joking about the damage his dog inflicted on Sicko. Disturbing indeed.
County. This is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.